Hi and welcome to the Indulge podcast with me, Roma Laishram. And like every week, I'm in conversation with someone super interesting. Today, I'm in conversation with Dot, more famously known as Dot, but otherwise Aditi Saigal.
Yes.
Before we start the conversation, I must thank you for coming onto the podcast
Thank you for having me.
being a part of this amazing shoot that we've been doing all day. You've been looking fabulous, and I hope you're looking forward to the cover.
Yes, I am. Absolutely. Yeah.
Super. Let's start with the first question. What does dot mean?
Dot is something that's small, but it's significant.
Okay, and that's why you decided.
That's why I decided. Yeah.
Fabulous. Now, a lot of people know you as an actor, but a lot of people do not know that first and foremost you are a musician. You are someone who enjoys music, singing, playing a few instruments here and there. So where did this journey into music start?
I've been playing music since I was a child. I was in piano class when I was little, and then I started writing songs quite early on. So I started writing, I think, around the time I was 13, 14. And then my YouTube channel took off. So I used to upload these small piano ditties on YouTube and put them up, and they went viral. So particularly one song called Everybody Dances to Techno became very well known. And that time I was actually living in Wales, which is where my college was. So I was part of the indie music scene, but I was not in India. So it was kind of this weird in-between space. Yeah.
Interesting. And is this something that you were interested in from a very young age, or did you get into music when you were in your teens? How was that?
Definitely since I was a young kid. Yeah. I loved singing. I was always singing from, meditational chants in school to Hannah Montana to later on, I really respect some of these singer-songwriters like Katie Tunstall, there's Paolo Nutini, who I love. And now it's Olivia Dean, who I'm obsessed with, who I recommended to you just earlier.
We're definitely going to listen to her.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of singer-songwriters and a lot of jazz.
Oh, lovely.
That always played at home. So Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, Billie Holiday.
Nice.
These were my sort of key influences growing up.
So you grew up around music,
I grew up around music. Yeah.
And what was the kind of music that you largely listened to at home? Was it only jazz or music from across genres and times?
Yeah, like I said, across genres. And I think over time, the older I've gotten, the more expansive my music taste has become. So now I'm dipping into a lot of different genres, and even my music is expanding, I think, as I acquire new listening. Yeah.
We heard that you're going to release an EP sometime soon.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So the EP is called Sea Creature on the Sofa. So we can decide if that's you or me.
It's going to be me. I feel like a sea creature all the time. So.
Yeah, so I wrote the album at the start of this year. It's actually an EP, sorry. Yeah, four songs. I had this kind of image of the windows breaking in my living room and the water pouring in and the sea creature kind of coming and sitting on the sofa and picking up a controller and playing video games with me. So that was the sort of image I had, and from that came these 4 songs. And I think the EP represents to me kind of a period of taking charge and finally doing the music that I want to be doing. Because over the last year, I've been mainly experimenting and trying different things out. But this is an EP that is all me. It's coming from my heart, and it's all live. It's a large band that we recorded all live with the horn section and nice backing vocals and percussions, and so it's a very full live sound.
Nice. And when are we going to probably hear this?
First half of next year is what we're aiming for. Yeah.
So pretty soon then.
Pretty soon, yeah.
Nice. You also are part of several bands. One that you performed with at Bandland. Actually, 2 bands that you were part of at Bandland recently.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
Bandland, we just literally day before yesterday played. And it was my first festival.
Wow.
So huge deal. I kind of, before the show started, I had my back to the crowd and I just closed my eyes. I was like because the other band was playing, and I was just getting into the zone, and then I turned around and there were like so many people in front. I'd never seen that big of a crowd for me, you know? So that was it made me giggle is how I described it. Like it just made me, and what a blast I had. I think having a crowd like that gives you so much energy.
True.
And Bangalore especially, man, like I think people here are they're just aching for live music.
So true.
And they're such good fans.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So nice. So that leads me to my next question. You've been a Bangalorean now for 2 years. Nobody knows that about you. So how did the move to Bangalore happen? What do you think of the city?
I actually moved to Bangalore because I love it.
Okay.
There was not, I mean, my grandparents do live here, but over and above that, I love the city. I think it's got a beautiful music culture, beautiful reading culture. You know, the bookstores and the libraries and everything. I spend a lot of time reading here. And the food is great, the weather is great. And I know people complain about the traffic, but I just have to say the traffic is bad everywhere. So just calm down.
Thank you for saying that on camera. Thank you. Yeah. So true.
Yeah.
I was actually having this conversation with someone about traffic in Bombay, and I don't know why people don't give
They
Bombay.
single out Bangalore.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
get
terrible.
it. It's a thing.
Yeah. I'm happy you brought that up. Okay, so now we have to talk about your films at some point because you are an actor, and I do know you think of yourself as a singer and a musician first and foremost, but acting is also important to you.
Yeah.
How did that journey start?
So Zoya sort of found me through my YouTube channel, which I started in 2017, and I got to firstly got to write some music on Archie's, and only later did she kind of ask me if I'd be willing to audition.
Oh wow!
And I never thought I would go through. I kind of very tentatively just did it for fun, thinking how it'll be an experience to audition for it, and it ended up blowing up and becoming this big thing. I didn't even know the scale of it until I got to Bombay, and I was still in Wales at the time.
Okay.
And when I got through the audition, I had to suddenly book a flight to Bombay and pack my bags and come here and spend the next 2 years rehearsing and filming. And
fabulous.
It was a great experience. It was an absolutely phenomenal experience.
So accidental actor all the way.
Accidental actor, yeah.
And are you now going to be trying a few more roles out? Are there more roles coming your way?
Not at the moment. I don't have anything in the books, but I'm hoping that it does happen. I am keeping my mind very open as to what kinds of roles, what kinds of films, just letting it come as it comes.
Nice.
And I think I need to little bit develop both sides of my career so that they can work simultaneously.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you keen on other forms like theatre or?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I was a theatre kid in school. I think I performed the 2 roles I performed that I loved were I played the grandmother in The Heights.
Wow.
You know, the Manuel Miranda musical so I sang that big powerful number.
Yeah.
And then we did a couple of other plays as well that I loved. But yeah, I don't really have a musical theatre voice. I think that would need to be developed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that can happen.
That can happen, yeah.
Now, since you love jazz so much, and jazz is such a performative art, way beyond the music, it's a lifestyle in itself.
Right.
Do you plan to focus on jazz exclusively in
No, not at all. I think jazz, what they say is that your childhood influences influence you forever, and you kind of can't really go that much further away from those influences. And I think jazz just seeps into every other genre that I try to attempt. So recently, it's so funny, I wrote 2 tracks that I thought were hip hop and I presented it to my band and they were like, this is not hip hop. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. It's my attempt at hip hop, which kind of skews it jazz ways.
Got it.
And it becomes a dot thing then.
Nice.
Yeah.
That leads me to my next question. How do you define your personal style of music, your personal genre?
Recently, I've been told it's something called adult contemporary.
Okay.
Which basically means it's a hodgepodge of different influences.
Okay.
And it's, I think, lyrically very dense. I think I take quite pride in the words that I write. And musically, it's, I think, getting more and more complex as my writing evolves. So there are more and more interesting things with rhythm and harmony that I'm trying out. So yeah, I think it's definitely I'm trying for it to appeal to both an audience that enjoys picking apart lyrics,
nice,
and an audience that enjoys picking apart the music.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I'm in conversation with Dot, and this is the Indulge podcast. We're now going to boomerang to music questions in a bit, but before that, because we are largely a lifestyle platform, we talk about food, health, fashion, all of those kind of things. So let's go into health first. You're in great shape.
Oh, I wouldn't say so.
You look like you're in great shape. So, to the audience, of course,
Right.
what do you do to try and ensure that you stay fit, at least as fit as possible?
I'm actually very bad.
Okay.
I've been told by many people how much I should be exercising more. And
Okay.
I don't eat like terribly, I think, but I used to love playing basketball and running and swimming. And when I was younger, I did a lot more of that. But I think my goal for next year is to kind of get much more into fitness. When I was doing Archies, in fact, we did so much dance that it made me feel so healthy and fresh and great. That I'm really into Latin forms of dance. So I kind of want to go back into that and start social dancing, which is something that and I think that's, I don't like the gym. So
this is a great way to work out.
Yeah, it's a great way to work out. And it's fun. Yeah.
Nice. So are you going to pursue a professional dance course sometime soon? Maybe
I have actually a couple. Yeah, I've done a couple. But I need to kind of go beyond the beginner level into like intermediate advanced now.
What about skincare, hair care? I mean, that's what's trending right now. Everyone wants to talk about that.
I think, with skincare, people go overboard. I think the simpler you keep it, the better it is. So just moisturizer, sunscreen. If you don't have like rosacea or like any big skin condition, I've been blessed luckily with nice skin, so I don't overdo it. I don't put too many chemicals on my face, and I don't do anything extravagant.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about your hair? You have great hair.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been playing around with my hair a lot. I try not to like dye it too much, or
that's
I
a very wise idea. Yeah.
Simple. Yeah. So, I just a good shampoo and conditioner. And when I style, I like to do heatless curls whenever I can.
Got it.
So that's like it's a fun, like 90s thing to do also.
True.
I like those twisty curlers. Have you seen those?
Oh, yes.
Foam
Leave
curlers?
them in. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are awesome. Yeah.
Nice. How would you define your personal style? I know you might be still trying and figuring out what is your look per se. We played with a lot of looks today on the shoot also.
Yeah.
But if you had to define your look today, something that you would wear to say a red carpet, what would it be?
Ooh, see, I think overall, like my day-to-day kind of styling is more cottagecore. This is a lovely dress I got from Cocoon that I absolutely love.
Dress,
yeah. And I think like I lean vintage.
You carry it off really well too.
Thank you. Yeah. So actually Archie's was a perfect fit for me because all the clothes were like, I would wear this day to day. And I like bold colors. I also like muted colors. And I like wearing a lot of lipsticks.
Got it.
It's fun for me to kind of play around with lip shades. Yeah.
Super. So, and I'm sure you'll build your personal style as time goes.
Yeah.
So I think 10 years from now, when I ask you again what your style is, you'll have like a solid answer.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Mental health is something that is so important to everyone these days. Always has been, but we're talking about it more nowadays. What do you do to ensure you keep your mind in the right place?
Oh, I've been going for therapy for the last... I've been on and off for the last 7 years, and for no particular reason, just because I think it's healthy.
It is.
And, it's kind of, I think one thing that's important is to go even when you're feeling better, because it just helps you stay in touch a little bit with, and you have to kind of do the homework also, right? Like in between the sessions. That's definitely something.
So you would definitely recommend, using therapy just
on a regular. Absolutely, yeah. It's like if you break your foot, you go to the doctor, no?
Super.
Yeah.
That's a great allegory. Boomeranging back to your music now. Are there contemporary artists right now who you wish you could do a collab with? Someone you would like to work with in the future?
So many. Like I mentioned before, Olivia Dean. There's another beautiful artist called Eloise. All these, and there's this amazing girl called Felly Van, who I don't think a lot of people know about, but she produces her own stuff, and she's not that big yet, but I think she's about to blow up. Who I love. And then in terms of Indian artists, there are a lot of... I've already collaborated with a few. So I've collaborated twice with Chirag Todi. There's a lovely girl called Marianne who lives in Bangalore. I'm working
She was on our cover a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So she's a close friend of mine. And I've worked with this duo called Gauri and Aksha. I've done some collabs with producers. I worked with this Welsh label called Playbook Records, which
Lovely.
is really cool. So yeah, I think to be honest, this year I'm focusing a little bit more on my music because I've done a lot of collaborations the last few years. So it's time to hone in a little bit and get serious about my own.
By this year, you mean 2025?
2020, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, by next year. So next year. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Now, quickly trying to wrap up this whole conversation. We know you have an EP coming out, but what does 2025 look like for you?
2025, I think first and foremost means getting really, really serious about the nitty-gritty stuff that will take me over the edge in terms of my music and my acting.
Nice.
So for music, that means, riyaz every day. It means taking maybe some drum lessons to get a better sense of rhythm. It means going back to piano. And for acting, it means auditions.
Nice.
So because auditioning is a different skill.
Absolutely.
It's completely different to actually, and I only have done one audition that's led to a film. So it's hard to know what they're looking for when you're at that stage.
True.
And I think it's a skill in of itself, and you just have to keep practicing it.
Nice.
So that's what 2025 means, getting serious.
Super.
2024 was the year of taking control.
Nice.
And 2025 is the year of getting serious and finessed.
Fabulous. So I'm assuming you're going to be shuttling between Bombay and Bangalore a lot more.
Yes, I will be. Yeah.
Best of luck for that, and I hope that part of your career takes off and you get a lot of films and a lot of collaborations coming your way. My last question, of course, is a very Bangalore-specific question. What are the favorite things you like to do on a night out in Bangalore? Where would you eat? Where would you party? What would you do with friends? What is the best of Bangalore that you'd like
I'll tell you day and night.
Sure. Please.
So actually, my perfect day would be to start at my house with a coffee. And then to go down to Cubbon Park, walk around, then have some kind of bhutta or coconut water or something, and then go to Champaka.
Okay.
Which, have you been to?
Of course,
Champaka? I love it.
What a beautiful bookstore.
It's so great.
Yeah.
So I go there, read for a bit.
Very nice.
And then sort of come back home, change, get ready for the night, and go for a gig. Probably at Fandom or Windmills.
Very nice.
Or the Raft.
All three amazing places.
Watch some live music, have some drinks, and end the night back at my house with all my friends, all playing games and drinking and having fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if there was one definitive food for Bangalore, like how Bombay has vada pav and I think Delhi has its chaats and chole and all of that, what would that be for you?
Dosa.
Dosa? And where do you go for your favorite dosas?
I'm going to be controversial.
Please, go ahead.
Because I know everyone's all Rameshwaram and MTR. I don't know what all people say.
No.
But I have a personal soft spot for airlines.
Oh my God, yes, thank you for saying
Is that controversial? I don't know.
It's OG Cantonment Bangalore.
Yeah.
We all love
and
it.
It's half of it is also the vibe.
It is the vibe.
Half of it is
I think
the
it's
food.
largely the vibe.
It's largely the vibe. Yeah, maybe it's not the best but it's
it's the vibe.
Yeah,
it's so nice because I think people have done Rameshwaram Cafe too
much.
Too much. It's just the ghee, guys. It's just the ghee. So. Okay, on that amazing note, thank you so much for being in conversation with us.
Thank you.
And I hope 2025 works out amazing for you. I've been in conversation with Dot, and this is the Indulge podcast. Tune in every week for amazing conversations from the world of art, lifestyle, culture, and attainment. Bye.